and I needed to take risks at that time. And to be honest, I made good money from something I didn't fully understand. And I would say the secret of sales is to fully understand the needs of the clients and to tell the clients what he wants to hear. But this specific company I'm working with, they went a step beyond. There's a secondary emergency GPS. Once the first one is deactivated, the second one sends the alert notification telling you that this car is in danger.
If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and click the like button because we like to know that the content brings value to you.
If you want more tips, stories, and real talks like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification button. That way, we will always be the first who will know that a new episode just dropped.
We really appreciate you being here. Let's keep learning and growing together.
Hello, everyone. It's a beautiful day to be alive. In today's episode of Make Tech Work, we have a great guest, Mr. Jalal Malyana. How are we doing today, Mr. Jalal?
Thank you, Mohammed. I'm doing really well, although it's really hot nowadays here in Morocco, but we're dealing with it.
Awesome. Steve, how are we?
Very good. So welcome to the podcast, Yalal. It's a pleasure to have you, and
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
I'll be asking questions, and I'm very eager to hear what you have to say about your experiences, focusing on your stuff. So
Absolutely.
we can start. Yeah, we can start with the e-commerce business that you've built. I think it's more than one. I don't know all the details, and perhaps we can start with the beginning.
Perhaps, guys, before that, just a quick introduction about Jalal. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, so the audience members can know exactly who Jalal is?
So my name is Jalal, and I studied in the same university as Muhammad, Al Akhawan University, back in 2013 to 2017, 4 years, a bachelor. I was specializing in business administration and specifically majoring in finance and and international business. However, Muhammad was a computer science. He was always an enthusiast and he loved computer science the whole time. After I graduated in 2017, I had a gap year, and during that, before doing the masters in Belgium, I had a gap year, and during that gap year, I decided to learn by myself some tech, some computer science. The basics we had in business administration, we learned Python, which is the basic language for coding, and it helped me to learn a little bit. And for the things I couldn't understand or I didn't feel that I'm an expert in, I paid experts to help me. Yeah, sometimes you have to buy your time in the tech world. Something I would that would take me, for example, a month to figure out would take an expert a week, and 3 weeks in tech industry is very valuable. And after that, after doing my masters, I came back to Morocco and I started real world businesses. And I was surprised that the tech I learned wasn't a waste of time. It actually helped me in my real world businesses. So this is a quick summary, and we can ask me any questions or any answers. But I underline and highlight the fact that tech has become essential in any field in the
And
industries.
how and what was your the why, your motivation when you started to learn that? Because you went through the long-term process of getting
Yeah,
of
money.
education, and why you wanted to do
Let's
that? Why you wanted
go.
to switch to computer science?
Money was the main motivation. I wouldn't
Let's
lie.
go, brother. Let's go.
And I knew that the online world, you can reach great amounts in a very short period of time, and you can make nothing in great period of time also. So the standard of variation is very high, but it's on both ways, positively and
Yeah.
negatively. And I needed to take risks at that time. And to be honest, I made good money from something I didn't fully understand. Sometimes I ask myself the question: if I was an expert, would I have made that amount? I don't think so. Sometimes when you think too much about something, it doesn't work.
We had a podcast, an episode about doing things half baked and get it done and learn from it and converge quickly. So yes,
Exactly.
that's something that it's always a question. So and also another topic that is about luck. If you read about
Exactly.
business, some people say by trying more often, trying very
Mhm.
often, you're going to get lucky. If you don't try anything, you don't get lucky. And even the
Exactly.
billionaires are saying
Exactly.
that the luck is part of the equation. After that, when you get a few million, you can try
True.
even more and get other lucks. So yeah, it's a good, but
I
keep
agree.
going. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah. And the second main motivation was the fact that I was going to start by then a restaurant here in Morocco, and I needed a website, some graphic design, maybe a software for the, how is it called, the stock, the,
Yep, yep. Inventory.
yeah,
Stock
yeah,
market.
inventory. And whenever I asked the experts, I would feel that they're overcharging for something really not that complicated. You see what I mean?
Mm.
And that was the motivation. I was like, maybe I can do it by myself. And to be honest, if you put your mind into something, you just do it.
Yeah.
You learn the
I would.
basics. Once you learn the basics and you speak with people, for example, experts, you know how to negotiate because you know what you're talking about. However, if you
Mm.
have no idea about tech and you want to buy a service from someone, be sure that you're going to be overpriced,
Yeah. And talking about charging too
overcharged.
much for a certain service
Exactly.
in the tech world, it's still happening. So what is your first breakthrough that you get that you started to make money
From
from that you were
tech.
surprised and happy?
Yeah, it's a very popular internet field. It's called reskin. Reskin. The skin, for
Yeah.
example, and you reskin something. And the
Yeah.
skin of which we're talking about is the application, and specifically Android applications. So you buy a customizable application from Evento. There are multiple websites that sell applications, and the specific customizable application I used was called Wallpapers, HD Wallpapers 2019. And it's linked to a server, and whatever you put in that server, for example, as images, it shows up. So it doesn't have to be wallpapers.
Mm.
So it was
Smart.
anything visual. And the
Okay.
niche, as I told you, was outfits of girls. Ideas, daily ideas of outfits of girls. And I hired girls to choose popular topics and popular outfits out those days, And surprisingly, without ads, I spent $0 on ads. It was trending worldwide at a certain point of
Wow.
time. I still have the screenshots. I would send them so that you can add them. One of those apps it reached 2 million downloads
Wow.
organically,
Wow.
and from from
Wow.
from that from that app, I created other apps, and whenever another app is ready, I would send a notification, a push notification to those users of the first app so that I can direct them to other apps. And from
So
that
you
need,
have a
that
list. You have a list.
yes, exactly.
That's great.
Outfits is very, very wide. Classic outfits are a thing, and weddings, for example, dresses, stuff like that. So we can. And the next step was going to build my website of selling those outfits. But I was a little bit younger than now, and I made enough money, and I got demotivated, to be honest. And in the
Mm.
tech world, once you're not motivated for 6 months, it's gone. The train is gone. You have to make a huge update to catch it again. And I would say that the train left me in that station. I still have the account, and I still have the idea to start over again, but I only have 24 hours a day. But I'm sure that I'm coming back soon.
So
And the
Yeah.
what got
accounts,
you motivated back?
yeah. So
So
sorry, I didn't hear.
what was the next venture you did after you? I mean, you were
Yeah.
demotivated, and I
So
guess you started to be
online or
motivated by
offline.
something else.
So that was the period of time where I truly because I had enough capital to start a restaurant, and I started a small one with a partner, but for like a year and a half, and it wasn't going the way we wanted it to go because it was two different visions, two different partners, two different backgrounds. He's Lebanese, I'm Moroccan, and so we decided to split, and we closed. And it was at that serious period of time where I went to Belgium to do my masters.
Okay, okay, okay,
And
okay.
once I did my masters, I came back to Morocco. It was COVID, so I worked online again for a certain period of time. And once COVID was gone, I would start a business with my father, specializing in industrial parts. And I created an Excel coded with VBA
Wow.
to manage to manage the inventory and the sales and everything. It was very simple, and they were being overcharged from other technicians. So yeah, I would say I optimized the processes using tech in that specific industry. And then it was by 2024 I decided to start something by my own without being partnered with anyone, and that's where I started my car renting cars venture.
Okay.
And today, tech helped me actually. I forgot that two cars had to change their oil. They did the
Mm.
10,000 kilometers. So I received the notification from the app telling me that those two cars reached their oil change time. So that's a small thing. If I ignored, for example, for a week or two, maybe the engine would have a problem and it would cost me a lot. So a small notification could save you thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I like to say sometimes the small mistake, big consequences,
Exactly.
and the same small mistake can be like with no consequences. But the thing is, yeah, that's a big deal.
And
So is it the only business you have right now, or you have multiple businesses?
it's the one I'm focused about more, and I'm still involved in my father's business as well. Online, I'm posing for now. I only have 24 hours. But once those operations are automated for the rent car, because it consumes a lot of time, and it's not a regular schedule. You receive a call at any time. It's full of risks, and it's very hard to control the parameters of this specific type of business. And it's my first year. However, I'm sure that by the end of this year, I would have fully automated the processes and hired people where I would have more time to focus more about the online. I love piano, clavier, keyboard, and especially when it makes money. It's the greatest piano humans have ever made. So yeah, and speaking of how tech helps in this specific business, for example, each car is equipped. We have now 13 cars in the park, and each car is equipped with a GPS service, and one is actually hidden because some clients, I would say thieves, figured out how to detect the GPS, and if they want to steal the car, for example, they know how to take it off. But this specific company I'm working with, they went a step beyond. There's a secondary emergency GPS. Once the first one is deactivated, the second one sends the alerts notification telling you that this
Wow.
car is in danger.
I
And
heard
that
that
GPS,
some companies in North America are what they do is they have like multiple locations of the GPSs on a car, like
yeah,
five, six different locations. So if you remove
yeah,
one, you don't remove everything. So, but I
yeah.
don't know the business very well. So, but it's interesting. So, how do you automate these things? I mean, are you doing your own programming, or you hire people to do that? And who's taking care
For
of taking the process, optimizing the process? Because I'm doing that in my own business as well, my own business, but also for my customers about
Mhm,
optimizing processes to make it simpler, semi-automate them, or automate them entirely to make sure that you
mhm.
improve customer experience and business intelligence. So, how do you approach your optimization?
For now, I only automated the GPS because the GPS service you buy, and it's
Mm.
actually very cheap here in Morocco. I pay $50 per car per year. I'm
Wow.
sure if it was in Europe or somewhere else, it would be way more than that because I would say the tech employees time is cheap here compared to Europe
Uh-huh.
or the US. However,
Yeah,
expats get paid really well here when it comes to tech, just because they're expats. Maybe sometimes you would find a
it's not
Moroccan
fun.
who is better than that expat, but the feeling of having an expat in a company is a prestige. Is you pay for that premium. And coming back to our topic, what I want to automate, for example, is the payments. For
Mm.
now, it's the thing that annoys me the most. I wouldn't say annoy, but that disturbs my operations the most. Um, Through the app, you can come. I have to have a meeting with those GPS service company, and they can automate the payments and the clients so that a notification is automatically sent to the clients once he has to pay,
Uh-huh.
and a link is sent to him so that he makes a wire transfer, for example. If this step is automated, that would save me 50% of the time I make calling clients to recover payments and to figure out how to
Wow.
pay. Are you going to send me the money? Are we going to meet? Are you going to give the money to someone to give to me? Yeah. So the next step I want to automate is to tell clients, especially the long term clients, the ones who rent by month. You tell them once you receive the notification, make a wire transfer here. That's it. If the payment isn't made in the right time, then I receive an email, for example, and I have to intervene. That's something I would love to automate, as well as for now the oil change is automated. The notification when someone overspeeds is automated, and the number of miles per day, the maximum, is also automated. And the thing I love the most about the technology in this GPS is that you can turn off a car whenever you want if you have a specific problem with the client.
Yeah.
So when I use that, I feel like Thanos or a super a superhuman. You know, you just click on a button and the car is off. Then the client is like, the car that wouldn't start. You say, "Ah, really? It doesn't start? Yeah, maybe it needs money."
So, and what about your new business that you're in for a year now, and you're working at building and automating it, and the what's coming up with the electrical vehicle and the full self-driving and fully automated vehicle? I guess this is it something that you see in a short term in Morocco? Is something you're planning to buy?
Very long
How do you see
term,
that?
to be honest.
Huh?
Automated cars here in Morocco, I would say very long term thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still, for example, here, we're still having difficulties renting hybrid and electric cars. People don't
Wow.
believe in the idea.
They
Okay.
don't.
So let's alone automate it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No.
not even that. For example, diesel is the preferred
Fuel.
carburant in Morocco because
Mm.
it's cheaper and it doesn't fly that fast. You know, it's tough compared to gasoline, for example.
Oh,
And
because of the
gasoline,
heat of Morocco.
exactly. And the new cars, the new small cars, automatic cars, they are not produced in diesel anymore. It's only gasoline, small
Mm-hmm.
automatic. So now all my cars are manual because I struggle to rent the gasoline to clients. It's like, is it
Yeah.
gasoline? Yeah, and I prefer diesel. And he makes you two options which are opposite to each other. He tells you he wants automatic, small, and diesel. It doesn't exist anymore
It doesn't.
since 2023, and you have to make the clients accept the idea, and they wouldn't believe you. So the market has to adapt, and it still needs 2 years so that people fully grasp that diesel in small cars and automatic doesn't exist anymore. It's either hybrid or gasoline.
Wow. That's
So yeah.
interesting. By the way, Jalal, I noticed interacting with you and having many conversations together that one of your strongest suits or attribute is sales. You are a killer salesman, my brother. You can sell sand
Thank
to
you.
anybody, man. You're just
That,
amazing. Can you tell us a little bit
thank
about
you.
that? I mean, was it, you're very welcome. Was it from the family? Was it your background? Was it university? How did you develop this sales ability to communicate clearly and sell different things, services, or even as you said, currently you have your own agency. How does it work? Was it natural for you, or it's something that you have been educating yourself about for over the years?
I would say it's a combination of both. Something nurture in nature, and naturally, my father, for example, is a businessman, is a salesman by default. So you grew up in a family where you hear calls, you hear you see negotiation every day. Maybe you absorb that without even realizing it.
Yes,
And the
sir.
second thing that sharpens these skills, I would say, is the personality type. Each person has a different personality. And during our masters, for example, they made us a test. It's called the four quadrants personality test. There is influential, dominating, conservative person, shy. It depends, and not everyone is the same. If we were all the same, it would be boring. Trust me. And in those quadrants, I fell in the influential quadrant. It's my personality, it's not my choice, and I sharpened those skills through education. And I would say the secrets of sales is to fully understand the needs of the clients and to tell the clients
Mhm.
what he wants to hear. That's it. And in
Yeah, I see
marketing,
that
for
as a
example, we
very
started with
interactive process. It's a live and
exactly.
interactive process. I mean,
So
you need
through
to
the
interact.
conversation with the clients, you understand the needs without even asking questions. Sometimes through a story, you hear, you listen, you know the needs. If you ask
Mm.
too many questions, that's not a good sign. Sometimes just let them talk, and through that talking, you know what they need, and you offer what they need.
There's
Second
somebody
thing,
saying that we have two ears and one mouth, so we
exactly,
should hear twice as much as speaking.
exactly, exactly. And the second thing is the marketing. They call it persona. The persona in
Yeah,
marketing. So you create
yeah.
the clients in your mind. when you want to make a new step in your business, you invoke that person. You're like persona X, who is, for example, in my case, my clients. What do they
Mm.
need when they wake up? What do they do? Where they go? What do they prefer? So you project yourself in the clients, and if you understand that, you know how to talk to the client. So yeah, that's my answer.
No, the
Wow.
persona in marketing helps a lot. It helped a lot.
In the meantime, I wanted to chime in a little bit with perhaps a tech question, Jalal, if possible. So I know from your background that you don't have any tech experience yet. You have embraced technology, you use technology. I remember we used to have long calls about Java, Android Studio,
You
script.
helped me a lot those days, by the way. I would love to thank you
Man,
again.
it's don't even mention it. Don't even mention it, brother. You have impressed me, brother. Like from the day one, I
Thank you.
saw the way that you did it, and I know
Thank you.
because I
By the way,
actually I was with
Steve,
you. Yeah.
Steve, by the way, he was selling websites back in university before graduation. So that you know. He was
Aslan,
making
Aslan, man.
shitload of money
You're good. You're
being
too
a
good
student.
salesperson. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
sell people. I can tell you
I
that.
think he
Yeah,
even
no
sold a
problem.
website to a professor. A professor had a different business. And I think he sold him a website. I still remember something like that.
Man, listen, man. I love technology just like you do, Jalal, and I think that this is something
You
that we
love
both
money
share.
more.
And I love money more. I love money more, man. It's all about the money. It's all about the money.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
the
want to
main
ask you about
motivation.
perhaps that interaction that we've had about Java, Android Studio. You seem that you have learned it quickly. You seem that you have actually got
I
the
didn't
knowledge.
learn that. I so I need to clarify something. I'm
Yeah,
not an expert. I learned the basics.
yeah.
You know,
But,
I
but
learned the
I noticed.
basics, and
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Please.
Continue.
But I noticed that you learned enough for the business to be operational. Is this a strategy that you do, Jalal, when you learn, perhaps you try your best to learn as much as possible so the business can operate, so you can add the pictures, let's say, to the server, or you can connect the application with the Play Store. So is there like perhaps a level where you stop until you see the business is operational, or you learn as much as possible just to see the app working? How was that process, if you will? Because we did the same degree. I know I was like a business with a minor in computer science, so I did finance minor in computer science. So I know in business they don't teach us anything about technology, just a little bit like a small class. But when we had our conversation about Java, man, you impressed me, brother. You impressed me. You had it. You had the script in your hands
To
like a
be,
computer scientist.
to be,
So how
yeah.
how
To
how
be,
did that happen?
yeah. So from thank you for the compliments first of all,
Very
and
welcome.
uh, I would say way back in university, I learned a skill which is if I see that's I don't fully understand a specific thing, no matter topic you're talking about, I would avoid for now, and I would learn the easy stuff first, And if something I know is going to take me months to learn, I would just pay for it, pay someone who fully understands it to explain it, or to do it for me for money. I would say collaboration and not and investing in your in what you're trying to learn. For example, I
Mm.
invested a lot while learning Java. For example, whenever for example, I didn't know how to change the app icon. For example,
Yeah.
so I paid an Indian in Fiverr, and he made some modifications in the scripts, which I didn't know. But I compared the before and the after, and I knew how he did it. So I paid $5 to learn that.
Wow. Wow.
So it's trial and error, to be honest. Trial and error.
And do
Lots
you
of
use
trial and
AI
error.
now? Do you use AI a lot
Yeah,
to verify
by that
code? And
time there was no AI. I
no,
still
no, no.
haven't
I mean,
used AI
today,
no any.
what's your approach today? Because I did that myself. I did like a few occasions about coding. I'm not a coder. I did code a long time ago, but I'm
Mhm,
a electronical engineer, not a software engineer.
mhm,
I'm a bit probably like you, but I know more about the high level stuff, perhaps. I'm
mhm,
not sure.
mhm.
But yes, when I tried the code with ChatGPT, to be more specific, it started well. But when I got into the weeds of getting the thing to work, I realized that he was spinning. He was not able to finalize the work. But while working with ChatGPT, I learned the script about it was a Docker thing, like a Docker management stuff
Yeah,
mode.
yeah, yeah.
And I learned,
Ah,
oh, okay, this is how it works. And I was able to make my changes and I got it to work. So I learned from it, but ChatGPT wasn't able to finalize it. So I was surprised a bit. So knowing that you've built a lot of different businesses, even a restaurant and different things on the web, now you are in very tangible business with cars and you're bringing a technology with an app and everything around it. So, and you want to optimize it. So my understanding, my interpretation is you're going to jump on a different market or a different business later. Do you already have a plan for the next one, or what's your take on the future? Do you have any horizons that are already planned, or at
Yes.
least you have in mind?
Um, I, for example, for renting to particulier normal clients
Yeah.
is the is for the second, third year maximum. After that, I would love to specialize with corporations to rent to corporations, especially. When I did my research, there is a huge need in the frozen cars business, which is a car equipped with a fridge. You
oh,
know,
oh,
the Express, Kangoo, stuff like that. The company cars, not big vehicles, medium size or small. Big vehicles
medium
need
size.
big capital, which I don't have for now.
Mhm.
However, small cars where you equip with a fridge and you rent for a very good price and for a very long term contract, 2 years, 3 years. The only thing you do is maintenance and receive payments.
I like it, man.
So this
I
is the
like
next
it.
step.
Passive income. Passive
And I
income.
think by yeah, and by the in the next 2 3 years, a lot of tech would have happened here, and it would be very automated. I'm sure about that. I love automation. It buys you freedom.
Exactly. Freedom of time brings you freedom of money.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so this is for the question for now. For later on, I would say very later on, real estate, building, developing, tangible stuff, and maybe
That's cool.
maybe
That's cool too.
Dubai when I reach Muhammad's
Ah.
level.
Man, I think Jalal, you're doing great, brother. You are amazing.
Thank
Maybe
you.
perhaps to close the show, where people can find you, brother? I mean, anybody who wants to rent a car, wants to do business with you, where can they find you? Where can they reach you? We have so many listeners from around the world, and they're gonna be in good hands with you. So where they can find you, brother?
Instagram, Calabria car. Calabria points car. So this is my rent car business, and yeah, I connect all my businesses together. For example, I still manage a page. I didn't talk about this topic very quickly. I still have a page where I sell clothes for girls here in locally, and
Wow.
Okay.
the factory I'm working on, they are specialized in winter clothes, so that's why it's on a break now. So what I do in that page, for example, there is a product called California. It's for winter for girls. It's like a hoodie, and so we shoot a commercial. We push some ads on Instagram, and we have a contract with a delivery company here in Morocco called Tawsil. So it's a full automation. That's a company, for example, is fully automated. They have a platform where you create the package. For example, they you print a code a code a barcode, and through that code
Yeah.
you have your delivery status, and also when you receive your money, you receive a notification. It's fully automated. So the only thing I have to do is shoot the commercial, answer the messages, confirm the command in English, command,
The order.
Order.
Muhammad,
The
The
order.
order.
the order,
The order, brother.
confirming orders, and then printing the code and putting it on the package. Once the delivery guy comes, he scans, so it's out of your responsibility. That buys you a lot of time.
Good.
So
That's great.
to return to our topic, where you can find me in Calabria Car for now, and once the page of it's not a page anymore. It's a small business. Once the closed business is back on in the winter, I would promote it on the other page.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Perfect.
and thank you guys a lot for inviting me to this amazing podcast. And I hope we do a second episode later on if there is other topics to discuss. And if there are any other updates from you guys or from me, I would love to share them with you. I consider you as my friends, not even my
Absolutely, brother.
hosts or
We're
guests.
so happy to have you.
Thank
do
you a lot.
business in
And sorry
Morocco
for the
on
inconvenience
digital
for the network
transformation.
and for the delay. I'm really sorry about that.
No problème.
C'est pas un problème, frère.
Sans
All
problème,
good.
Jalal.
All
Bye.
good, Jalal. We're happy to have you,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you
You're
very
the
Thank
much.
man.
you.
Merci
Thank you.
beaucoup.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Merci
Bye.
beaucoup. تحياتي.
Classic.